Does this sound familiar to you? You're in your kitchen, you're doing your food prep with your fruit and your vegetables, and then you take your scraps and you throw them in the disposal or in the garbage can, and then you stop and think, there must be a better way. You're not wrong, because listen to this. Here in the United States alone, we throw away 60 million pounds of food every year, and only 5% of that is composted. Thankfully, today, composting is easier than ever, and here to show us how to do it is DIY mom extraordinaire with a passion for sustainability, Haley Israeloff.
Hi, Judith. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so glad to have you to show us what to do. So, I know you have a husband and 2 young ones at home, and I know you have almost 1 million followers who have fallen in love with your sustainable lifestyle. Tell us how that translates to the kitchen and food prep and composting.
Well, Judith, let me tell you, I just try to live my life in a way that I can reuse wherever I can. It's why I love to thrift and I love shopping secondhand, giving life to things again.
Wonderful.
And when it comes down to especially food in the home, I have little kids, often they have a lot of food scraps. So I genuinely really love composting, and it's a lot easier than people think.
So I know that when your girls were preschool age, you used the Diaper Genie, and there is now a technology from the same people who created that diaper disposal technology. It's called Compost Genie. So if you're doing a typical breakfast or lunch or even a snack for the girls, how do we compost?
So I love the fact that we have a product like this to have in our kitchen all the time. Think about it, with kids, you got food scraps wherever. So when I go in with anything, I want to create a little snack bowl for them.
You lost an egg.
Yeah. I love that I could just go ahead and take the peels, put them straight into a little compost pile, and then even things like eggs.
Eggshells, right? Which people don't know.
People don't realize, that eggshells can actually be composted as well. So I would just go ahead, add that to my compost pile. And the best thing is that my kids love getting involved. So,
they do?
Yeah, my daughter comes in, she loves to step on the pedal of the Compost Genie because it's actually fully hands-free, which is amazing.
So easy, right? Yeah, it's nice to get the kids involved.
For sure.
Especially when it involves sustainability like this. They learn to love the food and to know how to not waste any part of it.
Exactly.
So what about things like pineapple? That seems a little bulky. That can be composted too?
Yeah, that can also fit into the Genie so easily. And I'll tell you what, my kids love fruits. So there's always little scraps left from, the stems of even strawberries.
Yes.
Even something like
cherry pits.
The pits, all of that can be thrown into the Compost Genie as well. And I love that we have things like potato salad. Imagine how much scraps comes from that. You got the onions, you got the egg peels, you got the potato peels.
When I make potato salad, I have a ton of waste. And I do feel a little bit sad to throw it away.
Yeah.
Do you make a good potato salad?
Oh, you know it.
I do too. Cook off. Even watermelon, so even these rinds, even these heavy things.
You would think, what am I gonna do with this? And it also takes up a lot of space in a garbage can in general. And for all the coffee and tea lovers, you always have a ton of this kind of waste.
Tons.
Did you know that you could put that in the compost as well?
I didn't know. I'm a tea person, but I didn't know.
All of it into the Compost Genie. Yeah. There's so many things that you can compost. It's truly also better for our earth. And I love just keeping it by my side always. Whenever there's any kind of waste, it just goes right into the compost bin, and it just keeps the space so neat and tidy as well.
Do you know how much you can put into the Compost Genie before you have to take the bag out?
What I love is that it actually has the largest capacity of anything out there on the market right now when it comes to a compost bin. So you can honestly, you don't have to keep emptying it out constantly, which is amazing because you don't want to be trekking in and out of the house so often. And the fact that you can just put so much in it before it needs to be changed is awesome.
So it's user-friendly, it's convenient, so stylish. I love the different colors. I love the stainless steel myself.
Exactly. I have an all-white kitchen, so I love that there's a white option as well. It just looks so sleek in my kitchen and is so beautiful, so practical to always have right by your counter as well.
Yeah, very modern and sleek.
Definitely.
Now, I know one of the questions that people often have about composting is the smell, because there's moisture and then the food is in there, so there's odor. How does the Compost Genie work in that regard?
Well, Compost Genie is really great at reducing the amount of moisture that it keeps inside the compost bin. And it actually has a carbon filter, which also reduces odors at the same time. So it's not something you really have to worry about. Like I said, it can hold a large capacity and the smells are kind of contained a little bit better.
So it manages the ventilation, so you control moisture and odor.
It's a really, really great system. You have all your meal prep and all of your scraps. You're gonna go ahead and walk it right on over to your Compost Genie. You can just go ahead and dump everything right in.
In it goes. And how do you take care of the Compost Genie?
Well, that's the best part. All of the parts are removable and washable as well, which is so convenient to have in your kitchen.
Very convenient. And when the bag is full, what do you do with the compost?
So at that point, you can go ahead and have it picked up or dropped off. I would recommend just call your local municipalities and they will give you the best solution for you and what will work in your home.
And where can we buy a Compost Genie?
So it's available to shop at Amazon, and for more information, go to compostgenie.com.
And of course, you can also go to designingspaces.tv. And I'm getting a little hungry.
I think we should definitely dig in.
Come on, let's look for something. What do you think?
Oh, strawberries are my
Strawberry
favorite.
for one, yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
Let's do it.
Cheers. That's so good.
Good choice.
Oh my gosh, it tastes like home.